Hey Saber fans, welcome back. Really excited to showcase this Saber here. So this is based off the Assassin's Creed video game series. So when I was going to design this Saber, I've been wanting to do an Assassin's Creed Saber for quite some time now, but when I was going to design this one, I was originally going to do the Valhalla one since that was the most recent game that just came out. And I'm like, that's not my favorite game in the series. I wanted to go back and do a Black Flag one since that's my favorite one. And honestly, when you're thinking about it, you can't go wrong with lightsaber, swords, flintlock pistols, pirates, ship sounds, skulls. I mean, it just all fit in perfectly with the lightsaber, so this is what I came up with. So a couple of things I wanted to include into the Saber. I wanted to include the blades from his wrist gauntlets. That's pretty much a necessity in the game, and it kind of follows through all the series if you've ever played them, which I'm sure you probably have. A skull here from the flag and the design, and then of course the Assassin's Creed symbol. Other than that, I wanted to kind of keep it pretty slim for an overall design. I was really kind of going along the wrist gauntlets and stuff, so I wanted to keep it slim. This is a little bit shorter saber. I was thinking a single-handed saber would be more fitting for this one. So I kept this one at about 14¼ inches from the tip down here to the base of the pommel. Usually my sabers are around 17.5 inches, but this one's definitely shorter than that. So inside is a Proffie 2.2, the all-in-one chassis, which I've included in a couple of my latest saber builds. Also comes with a 36-inch blade. Now this is not a commissioned saber, so this one will be up for sale on my Etsy page. And then it comes with all the custom sound fonts I include in there in my blade profiles. Check out that video if you want to see a couple of those blade profiles. But I created a font just for this saber. Of course, have to have a custom blade style as well to go with it. I'll showcase that in a little bit. So let's go into the design of it before we fire it up. So starting at the emitter here, so we have the blades from his wrist gauntlet included in here, and this one, it came out really cool. You can see up here, it's got a lot of depth in here. It's really recessed in there. A couple of layers of how the blade is made up on the top. Really love how it came out, and this part up here came out really cool too. Kind of when I was designing it, I kind of brought the top down here. I wanted to create these more like dramatic angles when I was designing it. And then it comes up over top of the blade area where the lightsaber blade goes in. So you get this cool like shine around effect with it. A little bit of the Assassin's Creed symbol comes up over top. And you can see all the weathering there. Really makes it look more like metal. Of course, if you don't know, these are all 3D printed around a steel core. And then just throw in these designs where I kind of thought it was fitting for Saber / Assassin's Creed. Down here is the retention screw for the chassis. So to get the chassis out, said it's an all-in-one. You just loosen that screw up a little bit, and then it slides right out through the emitter area down to the switch. So you can see down here, I've been getting away from using traditional switches. I think it kind of takes away from the design, so I'm going with more of a cleaner design here. I have this really cool skull here, lots of detail in there, lots of hand painting. I think the weathering came out there really cool in this one. Got a little gold in there. That's little edges of rust. And then this is the switch area. The switch isn't in right now. It's the magnetic switch. We'll throw that in there in a minute so you can hear it. Now this is one of my favorite leather wraps. This is genuine leather. So the great thing with this wrap too is it kind of looks already weathered. When you wrap it and stretch it, you get this two-tone effect, as you can see here. And the tighter you wrap it, the more weathered, I guess, it looks. So you can see down here it's a little bit darker. I didn't wrap it as tight. And then up to where you would normally kind of grip this, I wrapped it a little bit tighter just to give it a little more of a weathered look. It's really a fantastic wrap. Definitely one of my favorites. And it fits with this overall design, so threw that one on there. Down to the pommel. Really love the way how this one came out. Just a whole bunch of levels and tiers here. Down to Soundboard there. So let's grab the switch. So it's just this little tiny magnetic switch here. Pops right in. Hidden in the back. So you'll hear this with this font when I fire it up here. It has a really cool hum, and you'll see. A couple of different boot up sounds. That's one of them. There's 3 different boot up sounds. A couple lines from the video game. So you can hear this hum sound. It's in here for a second. Super awesome, very creaky with the boards of a ship. It's a ship floating in a storm. You got the wind blowing. You hear the waves in the background. A little bit of rolling thunder in the back, off in the distance. It really gives you that pirate feel. A couple of blaster sounds. Blaster sounds are like flintlock pistol sounds I included in there. There's your smooth swing. As you swing it faster, you get your clashing swing sounds of your blade striking. Lock-up sounds. Some lightning. And I love the end lock. Super cool. Power down. Backtrack sounds. Ripped right from the video game. Gotta love that. What a great soundtrack to the video game. If you haven't played it, I highly recommend it. There's a ton of fans out there. I love this specific one. And like I said, definitely my favorite. Double press to turn it off. Let's see if we can get another boot up sound here. Unfortunately not. Couple of force effect sounds. Okay, so let's put a blade in here. So I created a blade style to fit this one, and it has a very, that's actually the battery. The blade was in there. Check the battery levels. So one of the cool things too is with the Proffie board, you can create the blade style. So let's throw that in there so you can check that out. Alright, so we have our blade installed here. Super easy to do. You're just going to take the blade, push it into the saber here. You'll feel the pogo pins depress a little bit. You just got to tighten down that retention screw, and then you're all good to go. So let's go in and we'll go back into the font so you can hear one of the boot sounds or font sounds.
Some hellish thing from a fevered dream, and men will drop to their knees, pleading for their lord.
And fire it up here so you can see the cool blade. You notice down here you get this cool startup of this power on the blue here, and then it ignites. So this is a really cool blade profile. This is a two-tone blade. So down here you'll have this blue effect, and then it goes up into a white or silver. Real unstable. This is called the rain effect. You can see it here maybe a little bit. You'll see these black kind of dots. It looks like rain would be hitting your saber and causing it to have these black unsteady effects on the saber. Really cool effect. Definitely see it more in person than you can on camera. Of course, you have all your blaster effects. Lock up. And a cool blast out or a pulse out afterwards. Now the cool thing too with this is as you swing the saber, this blue that it's down here, it's about highlighted up to about this area right here where it blends in. This will actually extend as you swing it. The harder you swing the saber, the more blue you'll get into the blade, and then it will go back to what it regularly is right now as it's kind of sitting. So really cool blade profile. Power it down. So there you go. Awesome saber. If you enjoyed watching this video, please like and subscribe. Many cool sabers coming out down the road. If you are a huge fan of Power Rangers like I am, you don't want to miss this future saber coming out in the next 2 or 3 days. White Ranger, Tiger Zord. Yeah, amazing. Don't want to miss it. And as always, take care and God bless.